get it. Shout out to Nikki D. Taco Tuesday. You know what time it is? Actually, it's Monday. But I see the taco. Ha! Welcome for the impromptu live pick a card timeless reading. I did not plan to do a pick a card reading. This literally just, and so we're doing it. Okay. My stance on tarot, I don't have a stance on tarot. It's not like I'm not doing tarot anymore. I'm just not going to be incorporating it as much. But we still gonna draw some cards. Every time I take a break from cards, I come back hard. So there are two questions that I want you to really ask yourself as we come into the rest of Leo season. Shout out to my homie Son Goku. All right, out here, saving Universe 7 on the daily. The first question I want to ask you is, if you are in a position where everybody is booing you and you're on stage, but the song you're performing is genuinely good, at the very least to you, and you really, like the song, are you going to get off stage and stop performing? Or are you going to keep performing? Not even to make the crowd like you. You could give a fuck less about the crowd. Are you going to finish your set? Okay. The next question I want to ask you is, if the entire collective around you is outraged about something that you could care less about or is not as important to you, will you allow yourself to be forced to pick a side? Or will you alienate yourself by just maintaining your position? Really meditate on those two questions as we step into the next month and a half, because the Kool-Aid that is in the tea is hyper accelerating the delusion that everyone collectively will be facing. Nobody knows shit. Look at me. I am enlightened because I can tell you I don't know shit. Anything that I say that resonates with you comes from the truth of God. I am just a messenger. I don't take credit for that. We resonate and unveil this together. So I don't necessarily want to present myself as the all-knowing one that's supposed to tell you what to do. To the extent that I tell you shit that doesn't resonate with you, throw it in the fucking trash. Take everything I say with a grain of salt. But just please keep in mind that as we are breaking through this conscious evolution, I share these memes, but I will be that meme dealer and plug. Shout out to my meme plugs. I got a Sagittarius and a Leo meme plug. That's why my memes are fucking fire, son. Shout out to my meme plug. But yes, there will be an increasing amount of an entire collective of people lost in the events of the past decade who you will be more aware of the fact don't really have all the details. Every single person in this world has a perspective, but until everyone comes together and puts it together and has the wherewithal to kill their pride and to share their info, nobody knows shit. There's not a single person that knows everything that's going on. So if you pay attention to this misleading rhetoric from a bunch of people who only have bits and pieces, instead of just following the guidance of your own unique and individual path, you, like the rest of the collective, will get wrapped up in this drainage sewage of the Saturn, Neptune, Pisces. And it's starting Virgo. Like, Virgo is the great plot twist that's going to kind of facilitate this over the next 6 months. Eclipse in Aries, and then we go through that portal. Boom, 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 boom. Shout out to the 8-8 portal. That's tomorrow. Okay. So I just wanted to have you meditate on those two questions. If you are just joining us right now, okay, I want to, of course, thank you, Mia. I don't like to, I do have knowing. I just don't necessarily want to set myself up as that guru who says everyone knows, everyone doesn't know shit, but I know shit. I'm willing to hold myself accountable too. All right. And I really do. Those of you who've been watching me, I know my shit. So I do appreciate you all for continuing to support. I just wanted to, okay, the replay is available. This is a timeless. I actually have a playlist for pick a card reading. So you can go back to that playlist. All of these will be there available. I'm not saying available, I'm saying available. There we go. I'm actually going to add it to this playlist right now, pick a card readings. So go back and watch. The cool thing about the pick a card readings is you can literally loop them. You can watch the pick a card reading like it's new and get a new insight every time. That's how these are customized. It's not specific to a time period. We're just, capturing the energy, and this is like a time capsule. And don't take my word for it. Go try it. Go watch an old pick a card, pick another card, see how that plays out for you. Because the point of me doing divination like this, all right, people who are really into manifestation and the law of assumption, they don't read tarot and astrology. People who are not a master at tarot and astrology will say stuff like, oh, don't read the tarot. You don't need that. You don't need astrology. And they are right to a degree when we talk about the negatives of how people take advantage of these crafts. So I'm going to speak on both sides. The tarot is not really a fortune telling device. Like, you have fortune tellers that use this to give you forecasts and shit. I'll give you an astrology transit forecast, and I will break down the mathematics of what you're going to go through. But shout out to Son of Celine, Scarlet Moon. Some people know how to really just fish you emotionally, hit you with some cold reading, Barnum statements. You feel me? Tarot is not necessarily supposed to, like, the way people read tarot is not like it's a tool. Your consciousness creates your reality. You can get a tarot reading and it's going to be like a GPS signaled with your subconscious relative to if this is accurate for you. And you get to see the GPS, but it's not fatal. It's not necessarily like this is your fate. You get to change or align with it relative to what you are continuing to assume. So in one hand, they're right, where if you look at astrology or tarot card as something to be codependent on, oh, this person gave me this reading, this is what's going to happen. That is a snapshot of that current moment, but you're the conscious being. You can align and change your fate, even though everything is predetermined. And numerology. Okay, it's a divinity tool based on astrology and occult. But at the other end, that doesn't mean we need to throw it away. These are still valuable tools. So the responsibility that comes with the tool is the responsibility that comes from you. The tarot does not tell you what to do. You are using the tarot. Don't worry, we all used to do that. I used to do that in the past too. I used to use these tools to enable codependency. It's part of the process. And yes, when I read, I give outcomes of your choices. I let people know their free will. I tell people I'm not a psychic, so I can't tell you exactly the outcome because you can control that, right? Some of us, of course, even Buddha, have psychic ability. So we do and have predicted stuff that will happen, but that doesn't take the control out of your own conscious mind. You are still the creator of your reality. All right. Something that people who depend on frauding you, oh, I'll tell you the future of your relationship, they're getting that cold reading money. It pays. It's very lucrative to be a scam artist in this. This is why we respect those of you who make an honest living really sharing these gifts, because it's still seen as fantasy or science fiction when you exist. So just the fact that you exist, you're revolutionary. The fact that your society does not acknowledge you as real, your government doesn't have an industry code for you because they don't acknowledge what you do is real, but what you're doing is really helping people, you're a revolutionary. You're innovating a field that will eventually be recognized, whether in your time or not. It's not about the recognition as much as the ability for people to follow in your footsteps. So the two questions that I was asking for those of you who walked in, if you were on stage performing a song you like and everyone is booing you, will you get off stage and stop your set, or are you going to finish that fucking set? Not to please the people in the crowd, but to fucking finish the song you like. And the second question is, if everyone in the collective is caught up in some bullshit or a narrative and they want you to be angry or happy for it, will you pick a side, or will you alienate yourself further by just doing you? Because it's easy to say you'll do you. It's totally different to wake up in the beef and are forced to pick sides. That's going to be your life over the next 6 months. Okay, hopefully not, but just just something to meditate on. And then just to bring it back to tarot once again, the cards do not determine your fate. So it's a choice. So for example, what we're going to pick here, we're going to do a 5-card, fifth sign, 5 signs, Leo, fifth sign, Leo, boom, fifth house talent. You have manifested new talents. The moon in Taurus, especially if you see my magic moon message, is completing the Leo transit. The whole point of this Leo transit is the integration of individuality you have successfully evolved. And as proof, I'm going to show you the sun is making a 91-degree angle to Jupiter. So the seeds that you sowed in the ground are breaking through the ground right now. And the reason why that's very important is because now what's taking shape are talents built off of new powers and new abilities. You just awakened new superpowers. So Leo and Virgo is now taking these new abilities and you're on stage putting them together to produce a new talent, an evolved talent. This doesn't even have to be new. This could be your existing talents that you've evolved. Maybe your talent was that you could run an 8-second 100. That's pretty fast. Now you can run a 5-second 100, which I think has never even been done before. Yeah, I don't think anyone has ever run a 100-meter in 5 seconds. But you might be able to. That's why I want to note the supernatural quality of this, because records will be broken throughout this next century. All right. But regardless of that, and that was vague enough to apply, but still kind of leave room for mystery. I do that too. All right. I want to kind of bring this back to tarot, though, because I'm going to draw 5 cards. And relative to this completion and conclusion of the talent, we're going to pull what major arcana theme are you moving forward? What new talent have you manifested? This in and of itself is not conclusive at all, because we cannot break down your unique talent to just 5 different groups that everyone's going to congregate in. But I want to do this so that you can get an idea of what direction you're moving in, so that through this major arcana, you can now develop your own unique. So this is why I put the disclaimer before. This tarot reading is not telling you what your future is like. You want to look at me as one of your favorite NPCs. I am a non-playable character. I'm not a main character. I'm not a Leo. Thank God. They have a lot of plot power, but it's too much drama for me. I'm gonna be a Leo in 10 years when I progress in a Leo. So I'm doing my makeup. I'm not an Aries. I'm not the main villain. I'm not a wild card. I'm not a living, walking plot device. These Sagittariuses that can do whatever the fuck they want. I'm not those niggas. I'm not those motherfuckers. I'm a side character. I'm comic relief. And in this RPG, I'm an NPC. You ever play an RPG where you can go to a non-playable character because you cannot fucking play me? I am non-playable, son. Ain't nobody play me. All right, I can't believe people are offended by being called NPCs. Like, are you serious? Motherfucker, you can't play me. What you saying? I'm non-playable? Fuck yeah, I'm an NPC. I'm one of the greatest NPCs ever. So, like, I am an NPC in your video game. And when you play this video game, you can come to me for packs. I'm the NPC. You go in the video game, he's going to give you exposition. Oh, this is what's happening. I aid in your video game experience. You can't play. Now, you might be able to recruit me as a part of your team if it's that kind of RPG, but just, I'm a non-playable character. You feel me? I'm non-fucking playable. You're going to see the text graphics. I'm going to have some comic relief. I'm going to have some jokes. I'm going to put some brevity before you go back to the drama of the plot. You feel me? When you go to an RPG and you click an NPC has a whole shop. I have a thepeacedealer.com shop. I'm here to help you play your game. And so sometimes before you fight a boss battle, you feel me? Sometimes you go to an NPC and he gives you weapons, or he or she gives you bonus packs. So these 5 cards aren't necessarily, yes, there we go, Jay. These 5 cards aren't necessarily your fate. This is a bonus pack. You are using the tarot to choose a bonus pack you can take into your battle with you. It's not going to affect your destiny and fate. You're your destiny and fate. You can accept the meaning of the card. You can reject it. You be like, Peace Deal, I don't like this card. I resonate more with pile 3. That's your pile then. I am just your humble NPC. Listen, I am this close to becoming a TikTok NPC. I was that dude who would look at every single one of these trends since Facebook, before there was a fucking Snapchat. And I would put my head up like, you sheep, following the trends. Don't you have any self-respect? And I was on a roll. In fact, I thought my whole life I would always look at these trends. Then that trend came through. Hi, have a nice day. Thanks for the ice cream. And I found it. I found my calling. I didn't know that my entire life I was meant to be a TikTok NPC. Fuck TikTok. We can take this beyond TikTok. This is better than OnlyFans. I don't even have to sell my body. You remember how I was like, I'm going to build that OnlyFans? Fuck OnlyFans. I'm about to be a fucking TikTok NPC. No one can convince. I'm already non-playable. I am already an NPC myself. So why not take it there? Okay. And if you see me do it, it's because I have to pay IRS and I owe them taxes. And like, it's just what I gotta do. It's just what I gotta do. Okay, it's just what I gotta do. So anyway, I am your favorite humble NPC in this MMO RPG, because this is a mass multiplayer online role-playing game, if you don't know yet already. And I'm just here to assist you. Every time you see me online, it is your favorite NPC just giving you some more information. And you can take that info and do with it what you will. You ever play a video game, you don't even listen to the NPC, you don't have to listen to me. Or you can, because I got the gems. I got the gems. I got an assortment of gems. It's called Gemini. And every gem is gold, baby. I don't miss. You know my track record. All right. For those of you who would like a personal card to go in more at the talent, click the description box below. $20 for one card, $30 for two cards, $40 for three cards. All right. Hook me up. Papa needs to, drink some coffee tonight or whatever. I can use some of the money to get some chicken fried rice from Oja across the street. Okay, you know what I'm saying? Maybe get a pre-roll or two, so show me some love. You could even tip your boy. I'm not asking for any money. I'm non-playable. I don't think I can spend in-game currency, but it doesn't hurt. You know what I'm saying? Now, before I go into this, all right, you never know what they'll give you. I practice this too. I'm the type of loser who plays video games just for the storyline. So I can watch someone play a game like I rush through the action just to get to the cutscenes. I'm that lame. I am that lame. That's the type of nigga I am. Like, oh shit, cutscene. Y'all actually cut through the cutscenes probably. I'm like, oh shit, cutscene. It is what it is. My bad. I will like speed through the game just to see the storyline. But other than that, so much Gemini happened. Now here comes the Cat Moon. The Cat Moon NPC is I switched from both. Here's the Cat Moon, guys. If you're not an alien, this is not gonna resonate with you. To my fellow aliens out here, I know you just received the recent download. It pissed me the fuck off. Okay. Personally, it's bad enough we're dealing with people fake being interested about alien disclosure, even though like this world is over 50% aliens down to alien DNA, which is infuriating. Bitch, you're a whole alien. Why do you care about alien? But it is what it is. I got word. Uranians, Plutonians, honestly, any of you who truly feel you're not from here, you'll know because you get periodic downloads from the Galactic Federation because your existence is sanctioned and you're not. Some of you aren't even supposed to be here, but you had good lawyers and they enabled you to incarnate. And I know what I'm saying is fucking retarded and I'm trying to make it sound stupider. So with that being said, basically, y'all, they're going to drop the disclosure bomb. We had Hermes and Aphrodite and us, we've been fighting really hard to push back that disclosure bomb to like 2025. The Galactic Federation is tired of waiting. They've realized that humanity will never get it. They're still figuring it out. And well, now they're going to drop the disclosure bomb, which sucks because for the rest of us down here, we're going to have to deal with the pandemic. Yes, they're disclosing everything, my alien brothers and sisters. We had fought to make sure they wait until 2 years to disclose everything. Galactic Federation said, fuck it, we're not waiting anymore. We're disclosing everything now. So within the next like 30, 60 days, everything that has ever been hidden might be fully disclosed by an extraterrestrial source, and it's going to plunge everything into mayhem. And it sucks because we have to be down here dealing with the mayhem, and it's just like, just be mindful of that. If shit just hits the fan, mass disclosure has begun. It's a literal disclosure bomb. And like, I had at least wished you waited until the New World Order set in, because this is going to be super fucking messy. Anyway, crazy rant aside, I make sure when I channel shit, it just makes no sense to unsuspecting normies. I hate that word, but it is a funny word. But yes, I hate the term normies and muggles, but I'm coming to accept that it might be a real thing. I just never wanted to believe it, but it is what it is. I don't, but I believe everyone has. Whatever. But anyway, she's going to be like that Montgomery Brawl. Amen. Because of the Montgomery Brawl, we now dub August the new Black History Month. Okay. But for those of you who channeled that channel, you're not crazy. It's real. The disclosure about to hit. Now, with that being said, okay, let's get into the actual pick a card reading. Carrie, I got your Venmo. You're going to be first. Aries, number 1. We got you. Okay, we got you. We got you. Gang, gang, gang. Gang, gang. Ja. My bad. Okay. So, before we go in, I think there's something else I wanted to say too. Let me see if I can remember. Clang gang. Well, with the moon in Taurus, as you can see, the manifestation of your talents coming online are going to ground very unconventionally. And this is going to produce supernatural type anime awakening moments. Okay. So the quality of your 5 senses as it processes energy from outside this realm, aka extra dimensional, supernatural mechanics that are metaphysical mechanics, of course, meaning unseen properties beyond the physical. They're just going to click like you took an NZT tab, like, oh, that's what I was experiencing. Like, and it's not like it all happens at once. It's just kind of putting this all together. So, just something to keep in mind. That's why with Jupiter and Uranus, and then the moon in Gemini is going to run processing in your brain to update and help you understand what in your mind allows this change for you to process this. Then we're going to activate the Leo cycle. Boom. The coolest thing about this Taurus cycle is the breadth, BREADTH, of practical experiences, because you see that Virgo there. Practical experiences, literally Virgo. Okay. This is what will literally provide grounded evidence for everyone individually to take concepts that you have been living, and for some people to just awaken it. So do expect that annoying sense of people suddenly going woke, telling you things that you told them for years and they looked at you crazy, but now they're going through their thing and they're trying to act like they didn't basically deny this, but want to put the twist and act like they made it. And imagine like your whole spirituality being gentrified by normies. Like, oh, we just experienced we just experienced astral travel. Bitch, do you mean an out-of-body experience? Like we already have terms for this. Like, what are you talking about? But yeah, other than that, while people are still figuring it out, you're going to hyper manifest the true quality of your talents, leading into the understanding of your true talents, Moon and Gemini Leo. So, what new talents have you manifested? Let's get a sneak peek into the nature of it. I'm going to draw 5 piles so we can generalize the shit out of what direction you might be going to, but it's not at all limited to this. So I want you to see this as me as your NPC, and this is a bonus pack to help assist what unique talent you have manifested. Okay, all right, let's do this. We have pile 1, pile 2, pile 3, pile 4, pile 5. Yep, the last 3 years started it. I love it too. That's what's up. Okay, pile 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What was that? Okay, I love it. All right, we're going to do 3 cards for each pile. The second card is going to be the breakthrough tip and advice, the lesson, what you're going to gain and learn. And the third card is going to be the outcome of you developing this talent. So we're going to do 15 cards. Let's get it. Damn, see how YouTube be hating, Colby? All right, the underlying theme we have here is, of course, death. Nothing will ever be the same. This is going to facilitate powerful transformation, and the manifestation of this talent is what exactly is going to help facilitate this transformation. Let me emphasize this again. We got the death card, guys. So the breakthrough tip with temperance is moderation, because you're going to be ending a certain facet of your life. You need to, of course, balance it with the extra space that will leave room for your unique talent to shine. And we do have the Emperor. You're going to be the ruler of this ability, meaning that you have authority to express it, all sorts of stuff. All right, let's do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to start, of course, with pile 1. Once again, for those of you who yourself would like a card, the minimum is 20. You are welcome to join the queue below. Don't be afraid. You know you want a card. Okay, it's cool if you want a personal card. So with that being said, this talent is going to induce your sense of transformation. And some of you have a transformation state or form that you maintain, or you're just going to maintain that state permanently and powerfully. Before I go through this as well, okay, fully expect dark forces to use unsuspecting puppets to trigger you, to try and trigger you. First of all, let the dark forces know, ain't nobody trigger me. I trigger people. Let the dark forces know you're the only one who can trigger other people mercilessly. Ain't nobody can try and trigger you. And try and be like childish with it, not just childlike. Dreaming with Tess, I got you. You want to try and be as childish as possible, just to be petty. But if you're not as petty as me, it's all good. Just put your foot down. Just be like, ain't nobody gonna trigger. Boom. So with that being said, don't really ask yourself if what you're responding to you is beneath you. Really, chances are 9 times out of 10, no matter how important the collective around you or society around you wants to make you feel like it's important, it is most likely beneath you. Okay. If it is not beneath you, then walk with integrity. If it's beneath you, don't play yourself. Ask yourself, is it worth dying over? Is it worth killing someone over? And if it's not, it's beneath you. So just move on. Okay. Let us now go to pile 1. If you picked pile 1. All right. Woo! So, what talent are you manifesting and awakening? We have the Fool card. All right. This is Uranus. So, for those of you who picked pile one, you are stepping into the quintessential quality of this awakening. This is a literal, not so much wild card, but blank slate. And the reason why I love this is because your talent is an exclamation mark followed by a question mark. You're manifesting unique talents that have never really been expressed before. It's like, yeah, you play the guitar, but you play the guitar with a clown suit and you put like a clown horn at the back of your guitar. And people are like, no one has ever fucking played guitar like this. And you're literally creating a new sound. If you picked pile one, the Fool card is also this enlightened awakening that's going to set you on a very amazing adventure. And a part of this talent is your ability to take leaps of faith and to facilitate and innovate anything you put your mind to. Hence the zero quality of this card. It can literally be anything it wants to be. So that's very lucky. I think it's almost as lucky as pulling the wheel of fortune. Don't necessarily be undermined by the foolish nature of this. If you pick pile one, you're a fucking genius. Your talent is that you're a fucking genius. You can look at anything, learn it really quickly. You can enter any field and innovate it. You can isolate what's outdated, what needs to be changed, how to induce revolution. I get a red pill vibe, especially from this as well. And the only thing is that as a first mover, you're very talented at facilitating experiences and doing things that it will take majority of people around you a while to get if they even get it. So just keep that in mind. Don't necessarily, obviously, if you pick pile one, you're not deterred. You're not going to let anyone stop you. But, just keep that in mind. Oh, nice. I love it. So, y'all, another thing with the Fool card is that I believe it's definitely going to inspire a brand new look at yourself. So, for some of you who feel stuck, you're not stuck. You're literally stepping into a definition of yourself that has never been expressed since birth, or that you haven't really been able to give an outlet until now. Okay. So, there's something to keep in mind. Um, I just don't want to like it might sound like what I said was simple, but it's way deeper, especially because Uranus is leading the charge of this awakening of talents. So if you pick pile one, you might also be connected to the rest of the piles because you're going to help influence how everyone else awakens just by you walking in your unique direction. The breakthrough tip is to unite your mind and your heart. You want to invest this new direction towards what you love. And I feel like for some of you, a very key relationship, a platonic or romantic soulmate connection, or a deep love and passion for what field you're entering is going to be key to keep your interest. One thing with the Fool card is that since it's just raw potential, it doesn't speak towards finishing what it starts. And the unique quality of this, tied in with Gemini of the lovers, is going to push you down towards applying this unconventional nature of your very existence towards potential budding romances, unions. But I get the sense for you that the lovers card is not strictly romantic, especially if you pull pot number one. The Fool card might even represent a journey of singleness by your choice. So whether you're wanting to be in love with someone or not, it's the connection of unifying your mind and heart that is this breakthrough tip. And that's as easy as pulling and more so fueling your heart towards what it is you love. This advice that I'm about to say goes for all pals as well as pal one, especially for pal one, where people are going to try and ridicule you and literally try and make fun of you for doing what it is that you're doing that's innovative. They're snitching on themselves. They're making fun of themselves, kind of like if I were to make fun of you for being a programmer, but I didn't know that programming is going to innovate the future in the 90s. I'm literally making fun of my own stupidity. I don't realize I'm making fun of you for innovation. So that's why I'm saying don't respond to stuff that's beneath you, because most of the time, what looks like on the surface, someone's disrespecting you, they're literally disrespecting themselves. They're snitching on themselves. And if you now react to that, it's like you're taking away your easy dub. Some of you are so authentic and powerful, you win battles before they start. So if you now lower yourself and enter the fray, it's like you're undoing the victory that you already stepped into. And that's just by not giving into your ego or your pride. You feel me? Like it's not necessary. By the way, the magician is in neither of the piles because it's right here. So no one got the magician, but it's cool. That's what we're transforming to step into. All right. And we did get the Wheel of Fortune. The outcome of you is total evolution. The rawest dude in this whole show. All right. The creator of the sun breathing style. So you're walking down this path of innovation, and it's going to lead you into complete and total evolution. Is it a coincidence that we have Jupiter and Uranus, and we have here for pile one, Jupiter and Uranus? Okay, I think not. So, pile one, you got it going on. Moving forward from this Leo season, you're getting ready to pioneer. It's like if you picked pile one, you're literally Mark Zuckerberg in the 2000s. Look at how like Facebook was a novel concept. You're literally Tom creating MySpace. That's what I'm talking about. It's something that's going to be completely innovative, and it's going to expand and evolve and become larger than life. That is a huge deal. I'm so glad we did this pick a card reading. All right. There's the card that you pick, and then there's the card that you will resonate with. Okay. And I'm talking about before they became, before they became used as government whatevers, there was that space where it was just a new, fresh, novel concept and idea. So pile one, you need to get super excited because yes, there could be a pile that chooses you, and you'll know because that's the one that resonates with you. All right, really great question. But yeah, this is really exciting because right now you're on the precipice of seeing a vision no one else sees and being able to level up your entire life and step into fortune, and you're going to win the lottery. Okay. Pile one is saying that if you bet on yourself, you're going to win the jackpot. And the breakthrough tip for you is to be in love with what you're doing, or to maintain a relationship that supports this flow of love. Okay. Next, we're going to, and really just passion. Now we're going to do pile two. Okay. Why do I do this? No fucking reason. It makes me feel like I'm charming it before I do it, and it's just part of the ritual. Okay, beautiful. Pile two, the talent you're awakening. Ooh, ooh, we got ISIS. Okay, this is beautiful. Damn, the first two piles are, that's wild. All right, pile two, you're famous. You have supernatural talents. The thing about the star, because we're so used to seeing non-talented people be famous, it overshadows the people who are famous who are actually talented. And I'm not talking about anyone in particular, because there's who you think of when I say that, I just mean the concept in general. If you pick pile 2, you are talented as fuck. Like it's not a joke. You are going to be famous as fuck for your talents. This is very important. This is Aquarius. We had the ruler of Aquarius for pile 1, the innovator, and we have the superstar. If you pick pile 2, you're a superstar. And you need to stop fronting on us. Don't be out here being a superstar and you're hiding your talents. Because this star you later like shot. Is this Nezuko? This is motherfucking Nezuko, the MVP of the whole show. So like I want to kind of stick with this a little bit because this is a huge deal. All right. If you pick pile 2, your talent is that you have the ability to inspire and captivate the entire world. This is you in Madison Square Garden selling it out, selling out Barclays, selling out every single stadium you're in. This is you going platinum with no features. You feel me? You are her or him. Like it's not a joke. Oh, pile 2. Oh my God. Can I get your autograph, pile 2? Please. I don't care if you're busy. Please. Oh my God. Oh, are you ready for that? Because it is a little stressful. But I mean, it's a little cool too. Look at some of you like, oh, I think pile 2 is my pile. Hold on, we're going to get to the rest of the piles. Come on. I am over. Yes. This is very important. Like you're famous because you are actually talented. Like you're TV ready. Okay, like you can literally walk into any performance and shut it the fuck down. Okay, when you show up, it's mine too. Michael Jackson vibes. Okay. Yes, that is why your inbox is packed full. Because some of you don't even really acknowledge that you're this star. How dare you? How dare you? There are people who are waiting to see you. There are people who are like, where have you been all my life? You better shine your talent. So if you pick pile 2, you have this is the card of spiritual gifts. Aquarius is a sign of supernatural. So for some of you, this isn't even tied towards entertainment. You're going to be famous because of how you express your spiritual gifts. You might go on a Reiki healing tour and heal everything. So this is beautiful. I love it. I love it. This could be around music. It doesn't have to be. This is Ice Spice right here. You see how Ice Spice just blew up and took over the game right quick? Collabing with the Queen Nicki, like this is Isis energy. Isis do whatever the fuck she wants. You feel me? So like there you go. Goddess of Magic vibes. I really like this. This is very inspirational. You're very inspirational. Okay. Well, the breakthrough tip and guidance we have is the Hermit. Oh, so you're gangster too. The tip here is everyone is going to want a piece of you. And chances are you're not an alien god like Keanu Reeves. I learned today Keanu Reeves is Virgo Sun, Uranus, and Pluto on Virgo. One of the realest ever. But the Hermit card is saying, yeah, you're that superstar, but the time you invest in your own self, being a hermit doesn't mean you're not going to go out. It means while everyone else is popping bottles and living the superstar life, you're in the studio cranking your next hit. You're back on the grind, really voraciously developing your talents. This is fire, yo. This guidance here is saying to shine that light inwards and to keep on developing. But it's not this constant sense of self-improvement where you're trying to be better. It's really investing in what you're specialized in. Because for those of you who pick pile 2, you're not even necessarily going to be known or famous for something that everyone can do. What you can do is specialist. No one else can do. The Hermit card is like a neurosurgeon where there could be 50 family doctors, but there's only 2 neurosurgeons in the town. So they command so much more money. And like the guidance that I'm getting here is you're going to be that superstar who's rarely seen in public unless it's time to be seen. You don't necessarily involve yourself in the drama. And like, who's an example of this? Kind of J. Cole, kind of like, you don't really hear about Beyonce like that, to be completely honest. Like, you don't. You really don't. She does her own hermit thing, but when she shows out, she's fucking queen bee. You know what I'm saying? But like, you don't hear a lot about her private life unless it's leaked. That's because she on some hermit shit, perfecting her craft. You know what I'm saying? It's a Virgo trait. This is a Virgo card. So that's really beautiful. Pile 2 is already very wholesome. I'm not saying that as a Beyonce fan, by the way. I'm just saying that as my observations. I like to be non-biased here, but from my experience, I don't really. Maya is perfect. Maya has not even fallen off after all these years. And I love Maya's story because Maya will tell you about how I'm not going to act like I know her like that, but from the little I've heard, you can tell she's been approached to give up her soul, to sell her soul, and she chose not to sell her soul. Gangster. And you didn't hear about her after that, but she's still killing it. She's still healthy. You know what I'm saying? She's still a star. So like that's really what I get with the hermit vibes. Just constantly perfecting your craft or just staying sharp. Dave Chappelle all day, exactly. You don't hear about Dave Chappelle in between his specials, but when he comes out, he comes out. All right. And the outcome we have is judgment. So you're going to awaken the world. Judgment, personally, is talking about you awakening, and this is going to lead in a transformation. But I feel like this is going to also facilitate the judgment process where you're going to be assisting the angels in, of course, the great judgment of humanity and the angels themselves, which will be judged. This is celestial judgment. A lot of the work you do is going to shine light into exposing corruption, things that people are not necessarily awakened to. And a lot of that is going to be the research you do as a hermit. That's the thing. Like when you see people who are in the spotlight, some of them don't have substance. You can tell they just blew up really quick or it was a flash in a pan success. The hermit card is a depth of substance within you where like you could be famous for singing a breakout song, but when they interview you, they're like, oh wow, you used to study engineering, like you have all this wisdom. Wow. And that's going to bring light to themes and topics you're going to awaken people with your star power. And that as being an outcome is a full-on awakening. So if you picked pile 2, whereas pile 1 is a literal revolution. If you pick pile 1, you're a revolutionary and you're going to literally step into evolution. If you pick pile 2, you're a superstar and you're going to completely awaken to your true life's purpose. And I feel like whereas pile 1 will be able to evolve in people's lives, you're going to be able to also awaken people to their true higher purpose as well. So shout out to the pile 2 gangs. Pile 1 is a whole revolutionary. Pile 2 is a whole superstar. Okay. Remember, this is about the talent you're manifesting. So this is beautiful. All right, let's do pile 3. We heating up. Whew. Yep. Shout out to those of you who just arriving. All right, if you pick pile 3, the talent, the new talent you have just successfully manifested, drum roll please. We do have the world. Woo! Dog, all the piles are hit. Oh my God. If you pick pile 3, you've manifested God power. Okay. This is very important because the first 3 piles are heavy hitters. Pile 1 is doing their own thing, they're innovating. Pile 2 is an inspiration. Pile 3 you're a world leader. Okay, this is the most powerful other than the sun. So the talent you're manifesting is fulfillment. It's, in a sense, taking the totality, it's all the talents in the world, basically, but it's specialization relative to how you bring fulfillment relative, because even if it's not all the talents, this could be something you're really good at doing. And if you pick pile 3, you're coming into a super meaningful completion of success. This is very important for those of you who you've been wanting to come into success for what you're doing for a while. Pile 3, just like pile 2, you're going to be called to travel around the world to teach the world about anything you're an expert on. But if you picked pile 3, this represents the totality. This is God. This is the truth. This is the all. If you've seen Full Metal Alchemist, this is what the world is a representation of. So this is like literally manifesting a God form of yourself. Uh you might be connecting with a deity, but I don't want to even keep this relative to deities. This is very, very iconic. This is going to manifest itself in a complete fulfillment that you worked hard to build. It's an accomplishment. But there's a way that I want to express this, because this is going to have you apply this expertise. If you pick pile 3, you're going to be responsible for directing the collective. You could introduce new laws into legislature. You can change the face of education. Like, the actions that you take are going to impact the world. Whereas pile 2 is going to make that diamond hit song that's going to inspire everyone. And pile 1 is going to make a new version of Facebook that's going to put the rest of social media platforms to shame. You, pile 3, might actually maintain or gain political standing. You're going to make huge moves in the world. And this is based on, once again, your expertise. This is like infiltrating the World Economic Forum, all right? This is very, very interesting. But because these are talents, right, even though this has a lot to do with government rules and regulations, this is putting you in a position to apply your discipline and resources in order to completely take everything you've ever learned and break through accordingly. Fatima, I got you. I just got your Cash App. Thank you very much. Okay. Whew. So that's wild. It's how is it put? Okay, and then so yeah, if you pick pile 3, your talent is your ability to step into positions of authority and to be responsible for an entire collective. This could be like being a president. This could be like, once again, involving yourself in government, being the president of a corporation, your own corporation. Whatever you kind of build is going to directly influence the politics of this world, the laws of this world. This is God power, though. Pile 2's talents is talent, like supernatural talent, spiritual gifts. Pile 1's talent is to innovate and revolutionize. Pile 3, your talent is rulership. Like, you're literally stepping into a God sense of yourself. And the, of course, breakthrough tip is sacred revelations. It is imperative that you trust your intuition, because your perception of things is coming at this pinnacle of where it is you are. Of course, I guess it's not a joke, Empress. You are the powerful Empress. So, like, I guess it's not a joke. But personally, if you pick pile 3, your intuition is on fire. Like, you see synchronicities and signs on command. But as a breakthrough tip, your intuition is going to be guiding you every step of the way. And that's very important because this is going to put you in a position to very realistically gain intuitive insight about things others will still be figuring out. And these will be nonlinear. This is not like insight that makes traditional logic sense. It's intuitive. It may only make sense to you, but it's going to prove itself based on the evidence. So you're not going to be receiving intuitive insight that doesn't play out for real. It's going to be real. It just may only make sense to you because this is a non-linear, almost illogical sense of intuition, which I don't even want to say is illogical. Okay. But is definitely something that will put you in a position to understand the more nuance on how to tap into this power of God. Okay. So I feel like the more time you can spend listening to your, oh, Markel, you are legit. I didn't want to become a dictator until after my Saturn return. So knowing that you got the cap energy and that was your first grade G, I respect you. I feel like everyone should want to take over the world by 30. You're not a responsible human being if you've never thought about taking over the world at least once in your life before or by 30. Like, come on. You didn't even want to consider it. Like, what are you doing with your life? You've never had at least like one type of, you know what I'm saying? So, Markel, I respect you. Like, that's amazing. But like, y'all are about to get the beans spilled. Like, you're literally going to come into a step-by-step guide on how to take over the world. With if you pick Pile 3, you're taking over the world. Like you're going your goal. Trust me. Like you're going to be. It's Pile 2 is going to be a household name, but Pile 3 is probably going to be the corporation behind what produced Pile 2. Like that's the kind of thing. And the outcome we have is justice. So yeah, this kind of brings back politics and the law. Justice means that you're going to receive, of course, great balance in your life to where everyone's on the same page. Mia, thank you. I got your Cash App. But I feel more so this is putting you in a position. I see you, Silk Center Block bars. This is putting you in a position to where you don't get revenge, you get justice. What I get with Pile 3 is if the current laws are unfair, you're taking over the world and creating new laws. You are infiltrating government structure and influencing the laws here. That's what I get heavy with justice. This is going to be you being able to take a direct approach to provide fairness and justice with this power of the world. Okay. So that's very powerful. Um, Pile 1's outcome was expansion and evolution. Pile 2's outcome, I believe, was judgment and awakening. And Pile 3, you bring injustice to the world, baby. Things are going to be fair and right because of the work you do. Okay, so more secret agent missions, basically. You could say, you could say, yes, we don't need to do revenge. Justice always prevails. Do not sleep on justice as an outcome card. This is pretty much saying that what you're going to set out to do in the world will end with justice reigning. Okay, this is going to have you take moves in integrity. And this is where the high priestess will really help guide you around what moves to make, how to perceive situations in alignment with this integrity. So that's beautiful. Okay. Um, I love that. I love that. Let's actually just go to Pile 4 right now. Because there's a lot more I want to say, but that was really awesome. All right, Pile 4. Yeah. If you pick pile 4, you got energy for days. This is a legit talent. This is actually Leo. So if you picked pile 4, there's different ways we can look at this. One, your sex game is on point. You could have sex for 24 hours and still have energy. You bring the fun and frolics. Let's not underestimate that fact that you are an energizer bunny. This is also the talent to fuel passion. I don't want to underestimate how I say this. If you pick pile 4, you have infinite strength. Like, you don't get tired. You're Kevin Gates. Okay. You don't get tired at all. And I feel like, because there is that lust energy with the strength card, but this is realizing that you're stronger than you could have ever realized. The thing that I love about this woman in this show is that her body density was way heavier for her size. And she used to get picked on for being way stronger, where she was supposed to be seen as a dainty damsel in distress. And she tried to work against that and act weaker than she is, when your talent is that you are a freak of nature in the most awesome of ways and you can fuck shit up. It's your talent literally could be super strength. If we're going to take this in a physical sense, you can bench more than other people, but this is more tied into energy. You have energy, okay? And not only do you have energy for days, your talent is the ability to express your passion infinitely. It never ends. You're able to fuel it into whatever you want. And this could really brighten people's day, give people more energy, rock people's worlds. I don't want to tie this exclusively for sex, but trust me, sex does have a lot to do with this. Sexual alchemy and your libido. You might have a monstrous sex drive, and that is a part of your power and talent, your ability to manage and overcome the lust within that can try and take you over. You're taming the beast. You are a beast tamer. Um, if pile 3 was the most powerful, pile 4, you're the strongest. There's a way that I want to say this that doesn't understate the quality of us pulling strength. I mean, that's literally your talent, strength. Okay. Mental fortitude, physical strength, but really spiritual strength. Okay. And this is going to bring increased vitality. This is going to bring increased energy efficiency. You might need less sleep to move on. You know what I'm saying? This is just going to really give you so much more passion to invest towards whatever it is you want to do. And that's really amazing. So you might very well be the most fun pile. Pile 4 might be the most fun pile. Okay, love is powerful. Don't sleep on it. All right. Yes, the love. She is the love Hashira. She does the love breathing style. Okay. The breakthrough tip is the hangman. You must surrender. Lord Giyu is saying that you're going to be changing your perspective around how you see how strong you are. And it's going to unveil how much more strong you have always been. Okay. So the breakthrough tip is literally to get more rest, but in your limitlessness, you want to surrender to your talents. You want to surrender any doubts. You want to surrender any insecurities. You want to surrender the need to feel like you have to know or do anything, because everything is going to unfold for you. This is, in a sense, an awakening, and it's going to allow you to realize that you have been stronger than you could ever realize. This is a transformation of your personality that will help you step more into the strength that you are awakening and manifesting. Okay, beautiful. And the outcome that we have is the Chariot. Ooh, victory, baby. So pile 4 is winning. Pile 4 is going to take their passion and cross the finish line that they're aiming for. I don't know how else to say it. Chariot is straight victory. And it is beautiful as an outcome card because it just lets you know that whatever you're investing your energy towards, surrender to the outcome because victory is yours. It's like knowing that you're blessed with luck. And so after you've seen that you're super lucky in situations consistently, you don't have to really worry. You can just surrender to your luck, knowing that you're going to get out ahead. If you've seen, I've just read recently the stage one arc of the Bull Run arc or the Steel Ball Bull for JoJo or whatever. Yeah. And it revolved, there was a certain character who was super lucky and just kind of lucked his way through the race. All right. Everything that's outside of your control, surrender to God. Like don't try and put in your hands. You're gonna be victorious. And that's beautiful. Pile 4 seems very straightforward, but it's very meaningful. It's very powerful. Shout out to all the piles once again. Pile 4 is definitely the winners. And our strong men's and women's, all right, those who got extra chakra, extra strength, you feel me? And finally, we're going to do pile 5. Let's get it. The talent that you are manifesting for pile 5 . Oh my God! Yo! Get the fuck out of here, dog. We literally had Uranus for pile 1 and then Aquarius for pile 2. We had Leo for pile 4 and the Sun for pile 5. Every pile won. Every pile is eaten. If you're pile 5, you're the main character. You're not an NPC like me. You're a main character. If you're pile 5, you are the protagonist. Your talent is happiness and joy. This is the ruler of pile 4. So pile 1 is connected to pile 2. Pile 4 is connected to pile 5. But this is really beautiful. If you pick pile 5, this is like pile 4, but with extra spice and just joy, radiating joy and love. I love this. Pile 5, I'm so happy for you. Like as soon as I pulled it, I was like, yay, it's like mommy's home from work. Or daddy's home. Or blah, blah, blah. You feel me? Like this is just your talent is that you can bring a smile to anyone's face without even trying to make them happy. You bring this radiation. But your true talent is that you have ridiculous plot power. It's almost like the plot follows and centers around you. And like you draw in ex machinas and just very ridiculous plot devices that would never happen to a regular side character or character. It's like the shit just kind of works out for you. You go through your challenges, but they are part of the plot. So it's just part of your own character development. You're literally brimming with character development and plot power. This is beautiful. I love how every single pile got something. Pile 5 is the only pile stronger than pile 3. Pile 3 is the world, but pile 5 is the sun that the world revolves around. So I think pile 5 is the strongest pile. Pile 4 and 5. So that's beautiful. Okay. If you pick pile 5, your talent is that you are here to bring joy into this world. Pile 4, it's more a personal sense of passion where they can generate an unlimited amount of energy behind anything and gain victory through it. Pile 3 is able to gain power in this world and bring justice. Pile 2 is a superstar that's going to awaken people to important issues. And pile 1 is a revolutionary innovator that's going to bring evolution to people's lives. Well, pile 5 brings joy. And the breakthrough tip we have here is the devil. You're shining your light, which is so amazing. This is the protagonist and this is the main antagonist. So your breakthrough tip is shining your light into these dark spaces of evil, of deception, but also being able to maneuver in these underworld spaces. It's like you shine the light, but you understand the darkness. Okay. The devil is like being in an RPG, and you can like you're like an angel that can summon a demon and fight off dark forces. But the thing with the devil being the breakthrough tip is your light being able to shine through and see who you can trust, who is untrustworthy. You're able to really also come into this materialism. So you're not materialistic, but you know how to live a material lifestyle without it corrupting you. The reason why this is important is that this is a breakthrough tip. So we're not going to look at the traditional negative qualities of the devil. The breakthrough advice from the devil is sometimes being in a position and not, I'm not going to say not be too much of a goody two shoes, but to allow yourself the ability to indulge within reason. But most importantly, normally the devil will come as a breakthrough tip when, for example, if I needed to gain insight in these streets, I'm not going to find a square dude who doesn't know anything about drugs to give me insight. I need an undercover is going to need someone from the streets, someone who knows that life. And that's where the devil comes in, giving you this sense of the light and the dark, okay, which is very interesting. But I don't even want to say the devil is really just the darkness because it's deeper than that. The devil card as a breakthrough tip is going to give you material resources and a greater understanding of how you overcome this obsessive materialism because you shine your light and you know there's greater than just that. So I literally see it as like the best of both worlds. And of course, the outcome we have here is the moon. How symbolic. Your card is the sun, and the outcome is the fucking moon. So this is going to just illuminate the mysteries and the dreams from what's an illusion versus what is the metaphysical taking form. Okay. The moon card as an outcome is revealing to you what is hidden in plain sight, which I do see you taking your light, shining into the darkness, and revealing what was seen as fear. Does that make sense? The moon card brings fears and illusions, but because of your light, you're going to be exposing and uncovering the true nature of what is hidden behind these fears. So the outcome is going to be you gaining really deep psychological insight and breakthrough for many people. Okay. If you pick pile 5, you're going to draw out the darkness in people, and you're going to be able to troll those people. Like pile 5 can literally be in a room of hardened killers who may think about trying to kill that person, and without using any violence, pile 5 puts every single one of them in their place and in fact makes them laugh, and they feel seen. So they don't even feel judged, they feel seen. You know what I mean? And it's like you're such a protagonist. But I feel like with the moon card here, there is that element of mystery as well. And there is that element of you being in a position to illuminate that. This is the card of occult and psychic abilities with the moon. So I love that. That was a flawless pick a card reading. If anyone can timestamp that for me, I will put that and pin that timestamp and then put that in the description box so we can get all of that. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you once again. If you can guess which card if you can guess which pile I picked, I will pull a card for each and every single one of you. I'll pull one card for all of you who guessed the pile right, and that card will apply to you guys. So I'm going to do the live readings. Once again, if anyone else wants a live reading, Carrie, Fatima, Mia, and Tess, I got y'all. For any one of you who want a live reading, please join the queue and we can get it in. Okay. So first we have Carrie. Carrie, the underlying thing we have for you is justice. So the angels are facilitating not only this sense of justice, but it's making you be square and right to make sure everyone is on the right page with you. And anyone who is treating you unfairly gets put in their place. All right. Through just you walking with integrity. Now, we do have the strength card for you, which resonates with the pile four. Strength card is talking about boundless energy for you, more invigoration, realizing you're stronger than you could ever realize, putting you in a position to personally be more courage and boldness. All right. And I feel like you're going to be in a position to almost be a living, walking, talking energy source that I feel you'll be able to balance through how you invest this energy in the right people. It's like you'll be a living power plant on top of that as well, which should be very awesome. Dreaming with Tess. The Poet Lounge. Thank you guys for showing up. I appreciate you. Dreaming with Tess, we have the Tower card. These are bolts of lightning coming from your own mouth that are just striking people with the truth. Some people are ready for it and they become enlightened. Other people are not ready for it and they become eviscerated. But it's everything that they needed in that moment. So I see you giving out these tower moments just by you. I feel like you're not entirely aware of how you can say things nonchalantly and they blow up in people's faces because it's exactly what they needed to hear. And if it triggered them, it's exactly how they needed to be triggered in that moment. But the main card we have for you is the Magician. Devin, look, Tess got your card. The Magician. So this is you, of course, mastering your manifestation ability. And I feel like the Tower card is going to be instant overnight success when it comes to applying these abilities, these skills, how you use your skills, how you sell yourself, how you actually put what it is you can in play. All right, personally. And this will definitely help break you through, especially when it comes to a whole host of, how you express this. JD Heck, to be honest, whenever people speak on demons, the only thing I can ask is what's your relationship with God? Because if you walk with God and you're in the shadow of God, demons can't attach to you. So if your spiritual practice is opening up this for them to be, I have to ask you what your relationship with God is. However you approach that, anyone who aligns themselves with God will not have demons that are attached to them. So just keep that in mind. But yes, Tess, the Magician card is talking about developing your current skills, being able to use them more at will, and stepping into manifestation and success because of what you're putting your mind towards. Fatima Faith, Miss Always Dreaming. Let's get it. Exactly, unless God ordained them for them to work for you, but that's way different. I'm so glad you mentioned that, Linus. Then the demon isn't attached to you, it's under you. Okay. See, I don't know how much sense that makes. I used crystals to open my third eye. I don't even think crystals can really do that, but I don't know if they're attached or if I'm just seeing them. You need to open up to this higher power being. I think you're trying to find conventional solutions for unconventional problems. And a lot of what you're worried about, if you just open your heart in honest prayer, you'll be able to rid. Because, yeah. All right, Fatima Faith, we do have the Justice card. The Justice card is talking about how you are providing fairness and balance for others with the work you do. JD Heck, no problem. I'm glad you said it. It got you way closer. So just keep moving on that right direction. But yeah, really, really great, really, really great point. So the Justice card is definitely talking about you putting in a position to provide fairness for others. But we do have, of course, the Hangman. So the hangman is talking about full surrender, especially Fatima. I feel like if you're going through something where you were treated unfairly or there are forces outside of your control that you're not able to command this justice, you just have to surrender. Just surrender, and that justice is going to come for you. But the hangman is also coming into a brand new perspective by falling back and letting the situation play out for the rest of Leo season exceptionally. This is also going to strengthen your intuitive abilities indirectly because the hangman is Neptune. So I definitely want you to look at what you personally uh connect with Neptune in your chart and how that influences your Virgo energy. This is going to really give you a change of perspective. But I feel like, forces that are psychically attacking you or trying to undermine you, they're going to get their karma, but you're surrendering to God to really help facilitate that. Okay. Mia Judge, let's get it. Appreciate you, Mia. Shout out to motherfucking Jax Atlantis, the OG Jax. We definitely gonna do a live together soon. So stay tuned for that. The underlying theme we have for you, Mia, is the Emperor. You're putting your foot down. This is attracting also a male figure or emperor-like figure into your life. All right, an OG themselves, right? But this is you exerting this assertive masculine vibe to put your foot down, add more authority, add more discipline to your life. This is not what you're being asked to do. This is what you have been doing. This is the underlying theme. All right, and putting this, there for you. JD Heck, that makes me think maybe the energy attached to the crystal you might have like unlocked or whatnot, but that's very interesting. And of course, we have temperance for you. So Mia, you're coming into greater moderation in your life, greater balance. This is a promise of balance and fortune. The more authority and you putting your foot down, that this is enabling, which is beautiful. You're utilizing alchemy to balance and take and get rid of facets of your life you do too much of and to create space to do more of what's not enough of. But your life is flowing so much more and you're going to have more authority. Like with the Emperor, it's like you can literally live anywhere and you'll be able to maintain your routine. It's not going to throw you off. You're like the boss of your whole life, and this is what's going to open the space to bring you this Emperor by you kind of mirroring that and doing that yourself. So great cards. If any of you commented that I picked pile number 3, this card is for you. Before I started, I actually did the 3 sign to signal the card I chose. And then I started with pile 1. But yes, I picked pile 3. Yay. I love that. Thank you. Forest Fairy Tower. I personally ignore demons and they don't get my attention. That's it. Talk to God and with God. And no, Forest Fairy Tarot, nailed it. That's literally it. That's literally it. I love it. I love it. Okay. So if you think that I picked pile 3, this card is for you. If any of you else want a live reading, this is your last call. You have won a surprise evolution. Congratulations. And with the Devil card, this is going to be a material breakthrough of all the pleasures that you could think of. Okay. Of course, this is very ironic because this dude murked this dude so bad he got scared. But the Devil card means you about to get some bow chicka wow wow chicka chicka chicka, and you might win the lottery a little bit. This is you got this bonus card. This is a little bit of indulgence. This is just spirit, like, you know what I'm saying? Go have a bad time. Go have a bad time with yourself tonight. I love this, but this is really scandalous and controversial. You're coming into Evolution Jackpot, but the Devil card is talking about you having some fun, if you know what I mean. Okay. The only warning with the Devil is to just not let anything kind of get to your head, if that makes sense. To not necessarily be too much in a position to warp your ego because of this material success. As long as you don't get weird like that, the Devil card is pretty cool. Like, I'm not even going to front. It's really just more so material wealth and whatnot. Okay. I'm getting some bow chicka wow. Oh, good. All right. There we go. Zenarta, I got your Venmo. Let's get it. King Chains, it's all good, bro. Remember, this pick a card reading is timeless. So you can watch this as many times as you want, whenever you want. You could choose different piles, like whenever you feel called to it. This doesn't have to really just apply to now. But anyway, Zenarta, we do have the star card for you. So you are activating the understanding of the spiritual game. And we know how you're divine. You got the Pisces energy, so we know you got this Isis star card energy. So this is you understanding as an underlying theme your star power. This isn't even your main card. This is going to be your main card. But the underlying theme is you're assessing what exactly your spiritual gifts have always been and how you're getting ready to step into more influence. You definitely share in pile 2. So if you didn't watch pile 2, I feel like this kind of resonates with you where you're going to inspire a lot of the world with how talented you are and your gifts. But the card we have for you is the moon, Pisces. Can't make this up. So your gifts, whereas the star card could be seen as a musician and superstar, your inspiration is going to be your psychic abilities. You're someone who's going to be famous because you have supernatural abilities. And I don't mean that illusionist type of occult abilities that are like, did you do it or not? Like, people are going to be wowed at the fact that you're predicting stuff. You're performing mediumship. You're intuitive as fuck. Like, this is going to bring you more success because of how you're able to bring into vision what's hidden and unseen. But the moon and the star is like a supernatural mystical combination of epicness that really brings more to the forefront the celestial nature and quality of psychic abilities, hidden abilities, facets of our own psychology that you're able to really kind of apply this very unique. Yes, House of Judea, I think that's very fitting for you because you're also going to really give this a new look where you're going to help take this out of the whole, psychic arts are fraud into, wow, this is very fascinating. This is something I'm inspired to look more into because of the integrity that you do for this. Are you still here? Are you still watching, people? I have another bonus card for you. Oh, I love it. In sync. See, that's what's up. So we do have, of course, the Justice card, and this is coming with death, baby. So this is going to be catching a noble body. Okay, some of you might have to catch a body, but it's for justice. All right, in the name of justice. If you ever had to kill someone to save someone else, would you? Yes, you would. But this is also, I believe, you coming into the sense of victory through completing your transformation and transforming into your superhero self or alter ego self or whatever you want to call it. All right. Guys, that was a very successful pick a card reading. I'm very grateful for this. Justice card has definitely been showing out. You guys are fucking awesome. I hope this facilitates an activation for everybody watching. You guys stay blessed as always, once again. And until next time, peace.